Hello everyone. So this is the video number 2 under options intermediate. We have already covered video number 1 under options intermediate. The link of the same you can find in the description box of this video. Before that, we have already covered 4 videos under basics of the options. The link of those videos also you will find in the description box of this video. I hope you people are liking the content and you are finding the contents interesting. In case you are really liking the video, please like and subscribe and also share the channel with your friends and family. And in case you have any comments and queries, so do give your feedback and comments in the comment box of this video, and I will try to cover your answers to your queries in the next video. So let's begin. So this slide I am again repeating because in order to understand the strategies which would be discussed in this video, we need to understand this concept. So that's why I'm repeating this slide again. So as I explained earlier, there are basically 3 types of market. One is bullish, where a person expects the market to move in the upward direction. Another is bearish, where a person expects the market to move in the downward direction. And third is sideways, where the person expects the market to not move at all or to move in a very tight range of plus minus 1-2%. And as I explained, the uses of the options can be used for the purpose of the hedging, for the purpose of speculation, and for the purpose of partial hedging and earning income. I am not explaining the slides again in detail, but the slides have already been explained in detail in the basics of the options. In case you want to listen to those videos again, you can again go to the basics of the options, hear those videos, understand this concept, and then again come to this video. These option types also I've explained earlier. There are 3 types of options under European and the American call option. One is ITM, which is in the money. Another is ATM, which is at the money. And third is OTM, which is out of money. So in this video also, we will cover only the discretionary and the speculative strategies, the under the partial hedging and plus generating income and the full hedging. The number of the strategies are very less, which we have already covered in the basics of the videos. So the strategies which we are going to discuss in this video can be applied in the bullish, bearish, and sideways depending on the market direction. And like as I explained earlier, there are basically 2 types of strategies. One is vertical spread and another is calendar spread. Till now, we have discussed only the vertical spread strategies. Even in this video also, I will be covering 2 strategies under the vertical spread. And then maybe in the upcoming videos, I will cover the calendar spread as well. So if we recall the video number 1 under options intermediate, we have basically covered 4 strategies. One was long straddle, another was short straddle, third was long strangle, and fourth was a short strangle. Now, in this video, we will cover iron butterfly and iron condor. Now, just to give you a brief perspective, the iron butterfly is basically a variation of the short straddle. So in the video number 1 of the options intermediate, we have discussed a strategy called a short straddle. So where the short straddle was supposed to be applied, when the person is expecting the market to not move at all, he is expecting the market to remain sideways, or he expects the market to move in a very tight range of plus minus 2%, and the person basically sells both ATM call and ATM put option. Now, obviously, in that strategy, the reward is limited, but the risk is unlimited. Now, how you can convert this unlimited risk to also a limited risk strategy. So basically, when we are using the iron butterfly, it is a variation of the short straddle only, and it converts the limited reward and the unlimited risk strategy to limited reward and limited risk strategy. We will cover this example in a very detailed manner in the next few slides, along with the payoff graph as well. Then another strategy is iron condor. Iron condor is again a variation of the short strangle strategy, which we have discussed in video number 1 and under options intermediate. What was the short strangle? If we recall, short strangle was basically selling an OTM call as well as the OTM put option. Now that strategy also had a limited reward and the unlimited risk strategy. Now, if somebody wants to convert this limited reward and unlimited risk strategy into limited reward and limited risk strategy, then there is a variation of that short triangle which is called as iron condor. I will cover this strategy as well by with the help of an example in the payoff graph in the next few slides. So what is iron butterfly? Now iron butterfly also the person expects the market to remain sideways or similar to the short straddle. And the short straddle, the person was basically just hold on. I just take the laser pointer. So in the short straddle, the person was basically selling an ATM call and put option. This was called a short straddle. This was a limited risk and the unlimited risk strategy. Now the person wants to hedge this unlimited risk strategy. So what this person does, this person basically buys an OTM call option in order to cover the short side of the ATM call option, and the person also buys an OTM put option, which is basically to cover the short side of the ATM put option. These are basically treated as the hedge. So when we are buying the hedge on both the side of the short straddle, that strategy is called as iron butterfly, and it gets converted from a limited reward and unlimited risk to a limited reward and the limited risk strategy. This is a variation of the short straddle only. Now see, this is the example. I just zoomed this slide. So if you go to my video number 1 under the options intermediate, you will see the example of the short straddle, we have basically considered only the sale of an ATM put and the ATM call. The combined premium was around 460, which was the maximum reward in that case, but the maximum risk was unlimited. In case the market moves very strongly in the upward direction or in the downward direction, then the risk becomes unlimited. Now, basically what this person has done, this person has basically bought an hedge by way of 16,900 put option, which is an OTM. And he has again bought an hedge on the upside, 17,700 call, which is again an OTM call option. So when I have taken this example, the Nifty was trading somewhere around 17,300. This example is basically of an underlying instrument, which is the Nifty, which is the index. Now you will see the probability of the profit in this case is around 16.5%. If we go to the video number 1 in the short straddle, the probability of the profit was around 44%. In this case, the probability of the profit is 16%. So even though the risk becomes limited in the case of the iron butterfly as compared to the short straddle, but the probability of the profit also goes down, because certain portion of the premium which has been received by selling an ATM call and the put option goes away by buying the hedges of the OTM call and the OTM put option. But you will see one of the advantage of this strategy is that the maximum profit and the maximum loss is capped. Now, irrespective of the market moving in any direction and by how much points, it doesn't matter, your loss will always be capped to this amount only. And we can also see the payoff graph as well. Just hold on. Yeah. So you can see the payoff graph as well. So irrespective of the Nifty moving even to 13,300 or to even to 21,000, your loss is always capped to 9,800. And this is the profitable range. So profitable range also you can see it over here. See, the break-even levels have been defined. So you make profit only in case the Nifty ends in a range of 17,187 to 17,613 during the Feb expiry contract. Now, what is the iron condor? Like as I explained, this is a variation of the short triangle only. In this case also, the person expects the market to remain sideways. The person basically sells an OTM call and the OTM put option. This is a short triangle. This is again a limited reward and the unlimited risk strategy. Now the person basically hedges this OTM call and the OTM put option by buying a deep OTM call and the OTM put option, which is treated basically an hedge in the short triangle. and it basically convert the limited reward and the unlimited risk strategy into a limited reward and the limited risk strategy. And then this strategy becomes from short triangle to iron condor. Now this is again the example of the iron condor. I just zoom the table. You will see in the video number 1 of the options intermediate, we have considered only OTM put option 17,000 Nifty of Feb 22 contract and the uh, 17,600 OTM call option of Feb 22 Nifty contract. You will see the premium was around 113 for the put option and 112 was for the call option, and this was the maximum reward in this case. In the case of the shortest triangle, and the risk was unlimited. Now basically this person has now hedged by buying a deep OTM put option of 16,800 and deep OTM call option of 17,800, and you will see the max profit and the max loss is getting capped. But if we recall the short triangle, in that the probability of the profit was somewhere around 63-64%. Whereas when we are buying the hedge and converting this strategy from short triangle to iron condor, then the probability of the profit gets reduced. Why it is getting reduced? Because the amount of the premium which the person has received by selling a short triangle gets reduced to a certain extent by buying the hedge of the deep OTM call and the OTM option. And we can also see the break-even levels as well. The person makes the profit in case the Nifty stays in a range of 16,904 to 17,696 during the Feb expiry contract. You can also see the payoff graph as well, where we will see that the loss and the profit is always capped irrespective of the Nifty ending at whatever level during the Feb contract. You can see even if the Nifty goes down to 15,000 or even if it goes down, goes up to 19,600, the loss is always capped to around 5,000 rupees, and this is the profitable range. So basically, these two strategies which we have discussed in this video, iron butterfly and iron condor, which is a variation of the short straddle and the short strangle. These strategies are to be applied only when the person expects the market to remain sideways or to move in a very tight range of plus minus 1-2%. Then only the person can make profit in this case. Now somebody may ask that in the video number 1 of the options intermediate, we have also explained the long straddle and the long strangle. So these two strategies were basically when the person was expecting the market to move it strongly either in upward or in the downward direction, but the direction is not clear. So in that case, the person goes with the long straddle or the long strangle. Now, if somebody wants, they can also buy an hedge for this long straddle and the long strangle and reduce their premium cost, but it is not recommended as all. This iron fly and iron condor is basically used as a variation of the short straddle and the short strangle only as a hedge. If you want, you can use the Obstra Define Edge website from where I have taken an example, and you can apply the long straddle and the long strangle, and you can see in case you buy the hedges in the case of the long straddle and the long strangle, then you will see the probability of the profit and the max profit and loss and the break even and the risk to reward ratio will not be very lucrative. You can apply it on your own. That's why I have not covered the iron condor and the iron fly on the long straddle and the long strangle side. That's it from my side in this video. I hope you have liked the content. I would be shortly releasing the video number 3 as well, where I would be covering the other vertical spread strategies in the video number 3, and then in the video number 4, I will be covering the calendar spread strategies, and after that, I will be moving to the options intermediate part 2, in which I will cover again the much more advanced portion of the options strategies. In that options intermediate part 2, again I will be having 4 to 5 videos, and then I will moving to the last section of the options, which will be an advanced or the professional version, which will have again 4 to 5 videos. uh, in totality we would be having close to 15-16 videos. In case a person sees my entire this 16 videos and try to use it uh, by way of the simulation in the Obstra Define Age, and also tries to apply in the market with a very little capital and with a very little risk, then the person will understand these strategies Obviously, whatever examples I have shown in these videos are not a trade recommendation. It is just for the purpose of understanding the various concepts of the options. Thank you.